Divisions within the Republican Party persist, especially when it comes to people like Liz Cheney, who finds Donald Trump's behavior reprehensible, and the Trump loyalists who know that they need to remain loyal to him in order to win re-elections. Now, Trump will be speaking at the goofy annual conference CPAC, and Liz Cheney is not happy about this. Let's take a look.
Do you believe President Trump should be speaking, or former President Trump should be speaking at CPAC this weekend?
Yes, he should.
Congresswoman Cheney?
That's up to CPAC. I've been clear in my views about President Trump and the extent to which following January 6th, I don't believe that he should be playing a role in the future of the party or the country.
On that high note.
Now, even though McCarthy was furious with Trump and the fact that he incited a riot that risked McCarthy's own safety, he has since tucked tail and has had conversations with Trump because Republican voters still love Trump. The Republican Party is the party of Trump. And so unfortunately, Liz Cheney's thoughts here are incredibly unpopular. And that was certainly the case in Laura Ingraham's commentary on Fox News. She didn't like that exchange. Let's see what she had to say about it.
Congressman Liz Cheney in the leadership role. They wanted her in a leadership role, and now they got her in a leadership role, and she's gonna keep helping the Democrats, it looks like, on issues like this.
Yeah. No, look, I'm glad President Trump's speaking at CPAC. I happen to be speaking right before him. I'm looking forward to this Sunday. He's going to give a great speech, and President Trump is the leader of our party, and that is a darn good thing.
So, I mean, look, in terms of pure selfishness and political ambitions, career ambitions, Republicans who stand by Trump are doing the right thing, right? I mean, they're not doing the right thing by the country. They're not serving our best interest. There's no question about that. But they have decided to latch onto Trump regardless of how destructive his behavior is, because they refuse to lead. They instead decide to follow the worst instincts of Republican voters.
Yeah. So, look, guys, this issue's over. When Biden first took office, and it was right after the Capitol riots, and they were impeaching Trump, there was a moment there where there was a little bit of mystery as to who was going to lead the Republican Party, because Mitch McConnell and Liz Cheney and some others were saying, no, we're going to take control of the party again. The establishment Republicans are, and Donald Trump is old news. And they had a little bit of a political fight back and forth. Then the polls came out, and some of the polls came out before they voted on conviction in the Senate. And that is why they could not convict Donald Trump, because the polls indicated, no, the Republican voters still love Donald Trump. And they don't love him necessarily despite the violence. They didn't mind the violence at all. Over 80% of them stayed with Trump. And a majority of Republicans say they will abandon the entire rest of the Republican Party and follow Trump instead. And that's after the violence and after everything else. So for them, Trump is not like, people in Washington just don't get it. They just still think, oh, it's an aberration. We're gonna go back to normal. We're gonna go back to normal. We're gonna go back to normal. We're not, there is no normal. The normal for the Republican voters is they've always been in favor of violence. They were, that's why they declared, the right wing declared war on America during the Confederacy. That's why they did lynchings. That's why they did slavery. That's why they did Jim Crow for 100 years. They've always believed in violence. And they've never believed in democracy. They've never believed in equality. They find equality offensive, justice offensive. So yeah, of course. And now after the vote in the Senate, Trump has an easy over 80% of Republican voters still on his side. It's over. McConnell's lost. Liz Cheney lost. So CPAC, who are they going to feature? Of course they're going to feature Trump, and of course they're going to feature the lunatics. Mike Pence isn't going. You know why? Number one, at a bare minimum, he would be received with thunderous boos. They'd be like, "Oh, you didn't cheat. You didn't end democracy," which he couldn't even do even if he wanted to. But they're like, "Boo!" And they might literally kill him if he goes to CPAC. No, that's not an exaggeration. The last time the Trump criticized Pence, they went to go murder him. and they chanted "Hang Mike Pence" as they broke into the Capitol. And they brought a noose with them, and they brought gallows with them. Mike Pence would literally be risking his life if he went to CPAC. So that's who CPAC is, that's who Republican voters are. Let's stop pretending there's a mystery. No, it's over. The Republican Party is today what it has always been, a party of monsters.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.